Noisy Pixel.
It's pretty common to see countless indie and even AAA games that draw heavily from popular franchises. However, very few titles come to mind when I think of games influenced by Mega Man Battle Network. One Step from Eden by developer Thomas Moon King unabashedly takes the Battle Network gameplay and dials it up to 100 for an intense and challenging roguelike gaming experience. One Step from Eden jumps right into gameplay, with character descriptions being the only narrative background you get. Your course is randomly generated each time with various enemy combinations each round. Playfields are broken into blue tiles, which you can move on, and red tiles reserved for your opponent. Each character has a default weapon unique to them, but what really sets us apart is the deck building mechanic. Unlike Mega Man Battle Network, where you have a bit more time to strategize your moves and the order those moves arrive, One Step from Eden throws that out the window. Your deck is randomized, and gameplay doesn't pause for you to check what you have in store. At any point, you are given 2 cards to utilize, most of which consume mana. Some cards can take up all of your mana, leaving you waiting to refill before you can use another card. Even some of your character's unique weapon moves like Saffron's Chrono ability can take up mana, so gameplay will differ depending on who you're playing as. With over 200 spells and unique character abilities, it's a lot for a player to juggle and make some insanely hectic and breakneck gameplay. Success comes down to the player familiarizing themselves with and memorizing each spell as well as enemy moves and patterns. Each battle you win allows you to pick from a new spell to add to your deck. There are some fascinating ideas for spells, and I found myself amazed by the variety. When a spell lands the way you want amidst all the chaos, it's incredibly satisfying. Artifacts, which are essentially items and character buffs, can also be selected after some battles. Some of these spells and artifacts have a high risk, high reward attached to them. Others seem to mind-bogglingly be much higher risk than reward, almost to make sure the player is paying attention to what they're choosing. Levels and battles happen relatively fast. There are 8 main levels you need to complete with each course. Each level takes approximately 5 minutes. Levels rotate between ice, fire, forest, and ruins. There are 3 paths at every level, each with their own benefits and hazards. The difficulty increases steadily as each level ends with a boss who you can opt to save or kill. There are benefits for both options, but it comes down to what your playstyle is at the time. One Step from Eden is an excruciatingly difficult game. Even with all the spells memorized and enemy attack patterns on lock, you still need to have crazy quick reflexes to get through levels. This is where the roguelite features come in as an attempt to aid the player. With each playthrough, you level up, gaining an opportunity for better spells. You can also obtain other unlockables just by leveling up, like various costumes, play modes, and potential bosses you haven't already unlocked. But that's about as much as the game holds your hand. Levels don't seem to bring up overall stats, just possible spells you may come across. It's rough and unforgiving, but because playtimes are so short, I found myself willing to dive back in countless times hoping I could get that much closer to Eden. Replay value comes not only from unlockables, but also trying to outdo your previous times. For those that don't want to go it alone, there is a co-op mode. While this might seem to naturally make the game easier, it comes with its own challenges. Both players share the same life and divide spells from the same deck. It's a whole other experience and one worthy of exploring more in its own right. During your trek to Eden, you'll be accompanied by a fantastic soundtrack that suits the feeling of the world and battles perfectly. Melodic synths and tech beats almost sound as if they're rooting for you as you hop from square to square. Character and enemy designs are also cute and look great in both character display mode as well as the pixel translation. Designs also show up surprisingly clear even with so much movement happening on the screen at once. It feels as though Thomas Moon King had a clear vision of what One Step from Eden should be. Each system works well together, giving an experience only this game can provide, even if another series influenced the core idea. Its brutal difficulty surely won't be for everyone, but roguelite fans will find a satisfying game loop of fast-paced action for many hours. Noisy Pixel gives One Step from Eden an 8 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to give you news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.